The road that led up the mountain had always felt wrong. Even when they were children, Liam and his younger brother Aaron remembered the way their parents hurried past this stretch, never slowing down, never looking toward the dark silhouette of the house they once lived in. Now, 15 years later, they were coming back. Not because they wanted to, but because their late uncle's lawyer had told them there were still old belongings in the attic, documents, family items, maybe something valuable. Something that needed to be collected before the land was taken by the government. So, they drove, and the mountain waited. The moment their tires touched the beginning of the gravel road, the sky darkened. The wind, which had been calm seconds before, began to press against the car like invisible hands, pinching, pulling. "Feels like we shouldn't be here," Aaron muttered, staring out the window. Liam tried to laugh it off. "It's just weather, man. We grab the boxes and go back." But his fingers tightened on the steering wheel. By the time they reached the house, daylight was bleeding out behind the peaks. The old two-story wooden structure leaned forward as if listening, its broken windows reflecting the last streaks of sun. They stepped out of the car. Silence. No birds, no wind, nothing. Just a pressure in the air. Heavy. Watching. Inside, the house smelled of damp wood and something older, like dust mixed with something sweet and rotten. They explored room by room, grabbing boxes and placing them near the front door. Everything seemed normal, until the lights began to flicker. "Did you leave the headlights on?" "No," said Liam. "The battery wouldn't." A loud pop cut him off. Their car alarm blasted once and then died. The headlights faded out like candles being pinched by fingers. The engine coughed. Then nothing. The car was dead. They looked at each other, uneasy. "Guess we stay here tonight," Liam forced a smile. "We'll walk down early tomorrow." But something in the house shifted. A soft groaning sound in the walls, like wood breathing. The floorboards trembled beneath their feet. Aaron swallowed hard. "Fine, but we sleep in the same room." They set their sleeping bags in the living room and lit a small lantern. Around midnight, the temperature dropped so quickly their breaths misted in front of their faces. Then came the footsteps, slow, dragging, roaming the hallway, stopping right outside the living room threshold. Aaron's voice shook. "It's an animal. Has to be." But animals don't whisper. A faint voice, broken, airy, slid through the darkness. "Liam." Liam jerked upright. "Who's there?" Silence. Then, tap. Tap. As if a fingernail dragged across the wooden frame. Aaron pointed a shaking light toward the hallway, but the beam was swallowed by darkness. Heavy, unnatural darkness. They didn't sleep after that. By dawn, the footsteps had vanished, but something else had changed. Aaron was quiet, too quiet. His eyes seemed unfocused, fading in and out of himself. Aaron thought it was exhaustion. It wasn't. The next morning, they packed up quickly, preparing to walk down the mountain road. But when Aaron stepped outside, he froze. There was no road. The gravel path they had driven up yesterday was gone, swallowed by trees, bushes, and fog, as if it had never existed. "Liam, this isn't possible." Liam only smiled, not his usual smile. Too wide, too stiff, too cold. "Maybe we're meant to stay a bit longer," he whispered. Aaron frowned. "What?" "No, "We're leaving. We'll find another way." But Liam didn't move. He just stared into the trees, lips trembling, as if someone unseen was whispering into his ear. Then he turned sharply back to Aaron. "There's something in the forest," Liam said softly. "It wants to show us something." They spent all day trying to find a path, walking in circles until their legs burned. Every direction led them back to the house. By evening, fog crawled down the trees like pale hands, and the whispering began. Not inside the house this time, from the woods. Layers of voices, dozens of them calling their names, sometimes laughing, sometimes shrieking, sometimes repeating the same sentence. "He's ours now. He's ours now. He's ours now." Liam listened to the voices like they were music. Aaron shook him by the shoulders. "Stop it, snap out of it." But Liam only tilted his head. "They say you should stay away from me tonight." Aaron's blood ran cold. "Why?" Liam leaned closer. "They say they don't want you interfering." That night, Aaron barricaded his bedroom door with furniture. He didn't trust his brother anymore, not with the way Liam's face twitched uncontrollably, nor with the way he sat in darkness without blinking. At 2 a.m., Aaron awoke to the sound of knocking. Not on the door, under the bed. Slow, deliberate knocks traveling from one side to the other. He covered his mouth to keep from screaming. Then a voice slithered through the boards. "Aaron, he doesn't belong to you anymore." The doorknob rattled violently. Liam's voice drifted from the hallway, except it wasn't Liam's tone. It was deeper, layered, wrong. "Aaron, open the door. I want to show you what they gave me." Aaron pressed his back against the wall, shaking uncontrollably until the knocking finally stopped near dawn. When he cracked the door open, Liam was gone.
Aaron searched the forest all morning. He found footprints, Liam's, leading deeper into the woods, but each step was accompanied by a second set, smaller, sharper, almost claw-like. By noon, Aaron found him. Liam stood by an ancient stone circle, half buried in moss. His shirt was torn. His skin was pale like he'd been drained of warmth. But his eyes weren't his. They were pitch black. "You shouldn't have followed me," Liam said. Not with his normal voice, but with a chorus of whispers speaking through him. Aaron stumbled backward. "Liam, please fight it." Liam smiled slowly, bending his neck until it cracked loudly. "They chose me. And they said I can choose what happens to you." Aaron ran. Branches scraped his face, roots nearly tripped him. Behind him, laughter echoed, multiple voices inside his brother's throat. When he burst out of the trees toward the house, he felt something crawling under his skin. Fear, pure, hopeless fear. He didn't sleep that night. He didn't dare. Because the forest surrounding the house moved, trees shifted. Branches scratched windows like hands. Shadows circled the house, whispering, waiting.
At midnight, Liam returned, not walking, but crawling on all fours, his bones cracking and rearranging with every movement. His limbs bent at wrong angles, like a puppet made of flesh.
He climbed the wall, upside down, his head twisting around to face Aaron through the window. "Come outside, little brother." Aaron screamed. Glass shattered as Liam lunged inside. Aaron ran through the hallway, sprinting into the woods, not caring where he ended up. The forest came alive. Branches grabbed at him like fingers. Shadows darted between trees. Something whispered directly into his ear. 3 nights, 3 nights. The mountain wants its sacrifice. Then he stumbled into a clearing, and they were waiting. A circle of tall, crooked figures, creatures made of smoke and bone, surrounded him. Their heads jerked unnaturally, their mouths stretching open in silent screams. Liam stood in the center, or what was left of him. His body was sunken, his skin darkened with veins pulsing black. He smiled at Aaron with a mouth full of something that looked like broken teeth. "It's time," he whispered. The creatures closed in. Aaron tried to run, but the forest twisted around him, swallowing paths, bending space, drowning him in darkness. The last thing he saw was his brother's trembling hand reaching for his face, not to save him, but to deliver him.
3 days later, hikers found the mountain road again, but the house was empty. Inside, they found 2 sleeping bags, a few old boxes, and deep scratches across every wall. No bodies, no footprints, no sign that Liam or Aaron had ever left the house at all. Only one thing remained: a message carved into the floorboards. The forest doesn't give back what it takes.